Yeah, I think first of all, the result was paramount importance that we won for all our supporters. I thought the team was disappointing. We never really turned up for the occasion, but for a period of about 30 minutes in the second half, where we looked on top. And I think had we scored at that given stage, I think we would have gone on to win the match. It was the first goal was going to count, because that was going to be the most influential goal in the match. And of course Fitz scored and then caught us twice right at the end when we pushed forward to try and get back the equaliser, and punished us in the end 3-0. The mood of course with the players and the technical team in particular, we were completely devastated because we had let the supporters down. We apologise for this, and we certainly hope to rectify it and right it in the coming season. What was positive was how many supporters turned up, and when I walked out there at Soccer City, I couldn't believe that if there were 75 or 85,000 people there, really 70,000 of them were supporting AmaZulu, and for that, to see the club turn around like that, it's really been magnificent. That we didn't deliver in the end was poor. So to all the supporters, sorry for that. I'm quite sure that the improvement in the team, the signing of some new players, I've no doubt that AmaZulu have planned really well for the forthcoming season. Well, first of all, I think they've established that they're going to endorse Neil Toby as the coach next year. The makeup of his technical team, of course, will depend on what he wants and what the directors want. I always think it's a very tough time of the season for players, because you would have forged great friendships, and the bond between AmaZulu and the players and the technical team will be very, very strong. And all of a sudden, because of 2 to 3 year contracts, some players are going to go. Some players are going to be disappointed. They will feel that they never got an opportunity to show how good they were. Some people will know, and players will know, that they might not have performed well enough to catch the eye of the technical team. But it's a tough time for any footballers, for any football clubs throughout the world. They're all going to go through this. There's going to be a shuffling of players, there's going to be signing of new players, there's going to be signing of new young players. So I think that all of those things are factors that you take into consideration when you become a professional footballer. It's not going to be easy out there. So if you don't perform on a regular basis, then you're going to be facing this type of situation. But I think AmaZulu have really gone the right route with development. However, if you have development in your football team, then you've got to reward that development. And I'm saying, if Joel Fire comes to us and says he thinks there's 2 or 3 players over an 18-month period have made the ground, have made their presence felt, and they're likely to be professional footballers, and of course then they're sent up to the AmaZulu first team to train with them. We then either endorse what Joel Fire saw, or otherwise we send them back to the development team to give them more time. In the case of Master, we're very, very happy about that, because it shows that we're serious about development, and he's going to be a player for the future. He may be not an automatic selection next year, but I've no doubt in the next couple of years, and football's played over that lifespan, that you'll find that Master will be the player that we will look to and go to in the next couple of years. South Africans are the greatest people in the world. They work harder than anybody, they're more reliable, they've got top-class engineers, architects, builders, they've got top-class people, and you've only got to look at our stadiums. And I would think that South Africa, and don't forget we're just a new and young democracy, have produced really, for the tournament itself, the best stadiums in the world. Nobody can tell me when you have the likes of Soccer City, Mozambique Stadium down here, and you back it up with the old type of stadiums like Loftus and Ellis Park. Really you have, I would think, 10 of the top stadiums throughout the world. Then you have the people. It's the people that make South Africa tick. South Africans are unique, and just to see that they've come so far and been able to achieve whatever, I mean, the World Cup rugby, the World Cup cricket, now the World Cup football, the biggest event of all time, and of course that's going to be followed by, no doubt about it, the chance to host the Olympics. If you had said that to me 25 years ago, I would have laughed at you and I said that's an impossibility. Now it's going to happen in a couple of days' time. Fantastic. And of course the mood is right behind South Africa, right behind Carlos Pereira, and certainly to give them the time and support that they require. We have to beat Mexico in the opening game. We have to make sure we have that cushion going into the next leg against Uruguay, and I've no doubt with the support, the 90,000 possible Vuvuzelas in there, and I think we'll blow Mexico away. Well, to the my first message, of course, is to the AmaZulu supporters. I've been around with them for so long, and I know them better than anybody. I know their moods. I know what they want. They just want honesty. They want people to work hard for their colours. They want to go to the workplace where they're not embarrassed, and AmaZulu are getting beaten, hanging on for relegation, promotion type of status. Those things are long gone. I mean, they've only had to look at the last couple of seasons in the top 8. This year just outside the top 8, 3 reasons, and then fantastic runs in the cup final, 2 semi-finals and the final in one season. It really shows top class commitment by the entire club, but the supporters of AmaZulu is what drives the club, and they're fantastic. They're the best supporters in the world. When it comes to the final, of course, we know exactly, and I was very fortunate in 1996 to experience that, qualifying for the World Cup too. Every game was full to capacity, the stadiums. I've no doubt about it that between Nelson Mandela, the team itself, the technical team, and the support was the reason that we won the African Cup of Nations in 1996. I've no doubt about that same support is going to be doubled for the efforts to win the World Cup, and I think it's going to be a wonderful occasion. I think that South Africa can go all the way. I've got a feeling that the biggest challenge will come if they finish first or second, but if they finish second in the first group, they come up against Argentina in the next qualifier rounds, and or likely to be Argentina. And of course that holds mouth-watering possibilities. Aaron McWenner versus Messi, not even good enough. Maybe some Gweni up against Melita. Maradona, will he behave himself when he's here? So I think there's a great, I can't wait for it to happen. I want to see the players. I want to see Kaka. I want to see Ronaldo. I want to see Rooney. And here he's in my backyard. I've really got to, I'm saying to anybody who's sitting on the fence, don't jump off the fence and endorse Fanatics.
Okay, thank you.
Usu, 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 Usu.